Hello again from Custom Home Builders Solutions, also known as CHS, a job costing, full accounting, and profit management software for the professional home builder. We are continuing in a series of videos about posting payables, and I'm going to click this button. And this video is going to be about posting a bill for a vendor, probably most of the time that would be a supplier, that offers you a payment discount if you pay within so many days. So let's go ahead and go here to post a new payables record. And I'm going to select our supplier called ProBuild, where we get our lumber from. And let's take a quick look at their setup screen. First of all, notice it says there are open POs for this vendor. But let's take a look at the vendor setup window for ProBuild. Notice over here that we have a discount percent entered of 2%. And this is going to trigger an alert when you open to pay a bill that this vendor offers a discount, and do you want to take that discount? Usually, so often it used to be, I haven't been out in the field so much with paying people on my own. I've been writing software. But a lot of times they might offer what they call a 210 net 30. In other words, you get the 2% discount if you pay within 10 days, and you have to pay the net by, at least the net, in 30 days. So we'll just assume that we're always going to pay ours within 10 days and that we're going to get the discount. So I put number of days due, that I'm basing that sort of on a 210 net 30. You can get some more information about discounts with that exclamation point and the fact that the discount will not be taken on sales tax amounts. So let's close this and let's go see if we can just post a quick bill. And again, I will probably use a purchase order, even though you don't have to use purchase orders, just so I can get those fields filled in real quickly. While we talk about all of this, it's checking for overages or other alerts, and this one actually has an alert for a payment discount. And if you watch over here, you'll see that behind here we have these various fields going on, and that's all the fields we have. But if I select yes, you'll see that these fields appeared over here, but you'll also see, and I'm going to talk about this, is it asks if you want CHS to post the discount to job costs. Some builders go ahead and post the discount to job costs, which means it will lower those job costs that show up on job cost reports, and other builders say, no, I'm just taking that discount because I pay on time and I don't want to lower the job costs, and I'm going to post it to a different part on my general ledger. So let's first of all select no, that we don't want it to be posted to job costs. So let's close this. The first thing over here in these fields CHS does, because it doesn't know if you're going to post them to job costs or not, or this and that, is it just, if there's a GL number here, if I select a GL number, but if there's a GL number already here set up for the vendor that dropped in, it's going to put that same GL number over here to use for posting the payment discount. In other words, you'd have it show up in in this particular GL account that's set up for ProBuild is for work in progress. And the GL number over here is 1430. Now if we're posting it to job costs, we'd want to leave that, but we don't want to post this to job costs, so I'll show you what to do about that. Let's get the rest of these fields filled in with something. Let's look down here, see what we've got for our various little demo jobs going on. Let's just choose this one, the very first PO that's sitting there, and get our fields filled in. So now you can see how the 2% dropped in and that it's calculating a discount for $426.50. But what you'd want to do is, quite often if you're just posting discounts for payments, and maybe it's not even a job cost bill, but it gives you a discount, is a lot of times on a chart of accounts, and I think the NAHB has one, there's an account under your other income area maybe that you set up for your financial section called Earn Discounts. And since we say we do not want to post this to job costs, we're also making sure we get a GL number in here that has nothing to do with the job costs, and it's just for money that we are taking as a discount on payments of bills. Also, you can see that down here, total with tax, total, and sales tax, and total with tax, and the discount of $426.50. Now, if I do my calculator, you're going to see that if I just take the total amount without tax, and I do it times 0.02 for 2%, that is the amount that we are deducting. We are not deducting a discount on the portion that is for sales tax. This PO had a sales tax attached to it, so a sales tax rate dropped in for that. But you can see that the calculated field over here, if you do your math on it or enter a bunch of bills and then just check it down here, that the total discount, if you are doing that on the line, will be based on the total with tax. If there's some reason that the tax, because of rounding, etc., down here is like a penny off the vendor, you might find that you're going to do a second line, set this tax to 0, do a second line, and enter your sales tax amount over here for it to be in the total, and select a sales tax cost type on your own. CHS is going to also create another entry for the sales tax that has a sales tax cost type, so you can get those good sales tax reports for your home buyer by the fact that it's a separate record. But if it's a penny off or something, you decide I'm going to have to make my own sales tax record, you would set this to 0, but leave the discount here, and on your second line where you're posting sales tax, you would also have 0, but you put the sales tax in this line, maybe put your description at something, and set your rate, because this will still show up on a second line, because overall it's expecting to deduct, but you could set your rate to 0 there for the discount on the sales tax line, and CHS won't post a discount for that if it finds a 0. So that's what to do, how to sort of deal with sales tax and discounts if you need to. We'll play like this, just totally matched for us, so that we can let CHS post our sales tax line and let CHS post our payment discount. So I'm going to go ahead and submit this, and I'll post it as unpaid, and who knows what I have going on for why it's over budget, but in other videos you've seen how you can stop and pause this submit and then click this link to review why it's heading over budget, but we're talking about payment discounts now, so we'll just ignore that. Let's continue to submit, and let's just post this as unpaid to pay later, and take a look at the entries by clicking this button to see what CHS posted as a result of that one line. First of all, you can see the amount of the labor that was posted to job cost 3110, and the sales tax was posted to job costs, and the amount of the sales tax, and you can see that payment discount, but that it has a 0 cost code because I said don't post this to job costs, and I use this GL account. If you hover over it, you can see it. It's going to show up on my income statement as earned discounts right now. We do have the job code on it because we do a cash flow for each job. It's for us, not our home buyers, so we can see how much cash is in or out for a certain job, and we go ahead and let this be cash in. Basically, it'll increase our cash by the fact that this is a credit going on here. Now what I'm going to do, and this is always some of this stuff is good for you to realize, is I'm going to go home and I'm going to go click to look at my unpaid payables. Remember, I posted that as unpaid, and I'm going to get that one deleted so that I can demonstrate the very same thing, but posting it to job costs. But remember, if you delete some stuff, here's the entry, here's the sales tax, here's the deduction for the discount, and I'm deleting the first one and refreshing, so that goes away. Then I'm going to delete that one, and we continue to delete and refresh, so that goes away, and this one more that had to do with that one. that bill that we just posted. So let's close that window and let's go do it again. I just wanted to use the very same one, demonstrate the difference. So let's create a job-related bill. And let's say yes, we want to do the discount, but this time, yes, we want to post it to job costs. So let's close that. Let's go ahead and get that PO again that we used previously. There, I think that's it. Right there. And again, it's applied the same. So here we go. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked there, but so our GL account is the same as the one that we put in here, and we're going to leave it. And there's already a cost code in here, and since we said yes, we want it posted to job costs. I've gone over these fields. Let's go ahead and submit this, and let's continue to submit and post as unpaid to pay later. And let's view those entries. Again, we have our main entry with the cost code. We have our sales tax also to the cost code. And now we are lowering that job cost because we do have a cost code of 3110. And our GL number is the same as the rest of them. So all three of these would get posted to our work in progress GL account. And since it has a cost code, it will lower job costs on job cost reports. So if I close this and close this and close this and go to budgets estimates and look at an actual job cost report, I think that was this job. So let's just look at actual reports, actual job costs, and let's just do an actual job cost detail. These will have all the bills we've been posting, and I think that was cost code 3110. So let's get down to that, and you can see that all three of those lines are showing up here, and that your job costs are actually lowered also by that pro bill discount deduction. On our first example where we said not to put it to job costs, this line will not show up here on this job cost report because this only combs through the database for actual job cost reports and includes records that have a cost code on them other than 0. I think that's all I needed to say about that, and thank you for watching.